Hello! So it has been a while since I did a collage video. And I have this stack of mostly, this is my glue book, mostly pieces of paper. I don't think I have any magazines in this stash, but I do have bits and pieces that I have taken from magazines and books and thought they had potential in some way. So what I would like to do is really, take care of this pile because it's getting out of hand. So I would like to finish up some pieces that I have started, like this one, and maybe just do some new pieces that I can find in here. So let's start with that. I'm gonna have to sift through all of this to see what I find inspiring today. And then we will start collaging. Okay, let's discuss what I found in that stash. So this first one is one that I've been trying to finish for so long, and I've just never come to a good conclusion of how to do it. And I think it's this base. I think the base is not working for me. So I think I'm just going to slice it off. And then I can focus on finding a base that I like more with it. So I do like this kid sitting on this bench. It always felt a little funny with his hand up there, sitting kind of weird. But I don't know, I could maybe have him holding the droplet, even though it goes out of frame a little bit, depending on what I find for the base. So I tried the lava thing, didn't love it. Now what? So that's one idea. These are two pieces that I've wanted to put together for a long time because I love the coloring and the vibe it gives off. I just don't know what the third element should be, because I usually like to make my collages with 3 elements or sometimes more, but at least 3 elements, and I just can't figure out what that third element is. So there's that. That's also a contender. This one, I've had this robot face, and then I put a diamond in the eye, and then some sparkly water coming out of his eye. And I felt like something was missing, so I always wanted to put this leafy bit around him. Something like that. I think I will trim off. I'm just going to make that decision now. And then it would look something like this, because it's kind of the juxtaposition of like nature and robot. But I don't know that I love it. I thought I would like it, but I don't think I do. So I'm gonna put a pin in this thing and maybe just find a background for this. And maybe that's all it needs, is like an interesting background, and then it can be done. So we'll look for a background for that. I've got a couple of backgrounds here that could come into play yet. I have this, I've always imagined with this, I don't know, lemon meringue pie maybe, to have like some kind of little, I don't know if little people or what, kind of walking around. And then I came across this one, and I knew I had a really good dog head. So I'm thinking of putting this dog, cutting the outfit out, putting the dog in the outfit and then putting the hat on the dog. I'm thinking that will be really cute, so I kind of do want to do that. This one I was thinking could be a really special Beauty and the Beast episode, so I might save this one for a future video, so keep your eye out for that, because I've already done an Alice in Wonderland collage, so I'm thinking maybe a Beauty and the Beast collage could be fun. I've had this image for a while and I really love the way it looks, except for obviously I don't need Martha Stewart in there, and there's no good way to cut her out or anything. However, I thought of something. What if we like put a different head on her from like a creature or something, cut out the inside of all of these trays and put like something, some kind of scene or something in it, you know? I don't know. I'm thinking about that one. I think I might like it. Let's see what else. This one, I love the idea of cutting these out. And then of course, my go-to is always put it underwater. So that would be what I would try first, to cut out these back centers, leave the columns and the flooring of the second level, and then put in an ocean scene in the background and then some fish. So I like that idea. Similar to this one, I would cut this whole, either the whole background out. Oh no, that's what I was going to do, because she is beautifully inside all of these columns. I would just cut out the flooring and this girl in this background and maybe the ceiling, and then I have two different levels of the pillars, you know? So that could also work for an underwater idea, but you know, trying to branch out. Maybe we could do something spacey, I don't know. And then this one, again, would cut out the background, and then I was thinking of actually putting in, I mean, we could put in like this scene in the background, but I was thinking of kind of making it, I have a war book that depicts a lot of battle scenes, not photographs, they're more illustrations of battle scenes, but I thought that could be kind of an interesting take, to put like a big war going on and she's just watching, having her cup of coffee, you know? There's something to say there, I think. So that's kind of where I'm leaning at the moment. For this second, I have a thought about what we can put in here, and I want to see if I can find something to go in there. So let's look at that first. Okay, so my plan took a bit of a detour, but one idea I had was to cut out this large head and put it here, and then put the art or whatever in the frames. But I think I'm going to go in a different direction. I think I want to make Martha into a bear, and I think this could work out well. I'm thinking of using the paws to cover the hands, and then maybe this, it's not the right color, but we're just going to make it work. This back paw for her foot, and I think that is what we're going to do. We're going to make her into a bear, and then we're going to put fish in these frames. So I haven't quite nailed down exactly, like, will I cut the fish out and then just stick them on, or are we going to find little backgrounds, little ocean-y backgrounds for these fish so that it looks like a cohesive piece? I did like this, and I was thinking just to make all of these into like a scene, a goldfish scene. These aren't exactly goldfish, but you know what I mean. They're fish and they're orange. But this is the only picture I could find that had this kind of vibe to it. So I guess we'll have to start cutting stuff out and then see what ends up looking the best. So this is where I'm at with this one so far. I've got the bear situated and I like how it's coming out. I just need to glue these guys down. I cut out the fish, And I like how it's turning out. Like if I put this guy here, this guy here. I don't know if I want to add this guy because he kind of doesn't work. But I'm thinking if I feel like going through all of my National Geographics, I could find similar images to these goldfish and add more. I don't know, that's an option. I might go through a few of my National Geographics and see if I am lucky enough to stumble upon something. But overall, I think this is what we're gonna look like. To me, it's like this bear really has a fascination with fish because he's obsessed with fish. And either, I don't know, maybe these are taxidermy fish or something and he's really proud of them. So that's kind of what I'm going with. And there we go. I don't have a good solution for this text. I'm not really sure what to put there, but I'm gonna call it done for now until I can think of something interesting to put there. Unless you guys have some ideas, you can let me know. But I just have to put this on a solid cardstock backing and then it will be done. So let's move on to the next one. And I think the next one will be this. So I saw this as I was flipping through, and I didn't know if I could make something happen here. I thought it would be quite abstract, but I'm not really sure if I'm feeling that. So I'm gonna say no to that. My other ideas were to put him on this background, which I kind of like the cool colors, and this is kind of strange and unusual and you don't know what you're looking at. And then I was like, oh, what if I cut some of these out, because this was the other side to this. What if I cut some of these out and have them coming out of like the head? There's not a lot of space going vertical. Oh yeah, especially if I go all the way here. There really is not a ton of space going vertical. So I'm not really sure what that would look like. And then I turned the page and then I saw this really cute ice cream cone picture and I was like, which side do I want? So that's an option. And then alternatively, I saw this spread, which I really find quite beautiful. And I'm not really sure that this subject matter would work even in a juxtaposition kind of way. I don't really see it working. So I'm kind of leaning towards this one. And I mean, it's not like I don't have other ice cream pictures. So I think it should be fine to finish off this image. But how... I really like this one. I think these ones look a little alien-esque, but this one's also kind of fun. How to cut them out so that they're coming out of the head in a way that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but... Okay, I'm gonna do some cutting and we'll be back. So I just wanted to share a fun hack with you guys if you guys decide to collage from magazine material and you come across this kind of issue, or it's not really an issue, but it's just a little hack. If you're going to be covering a large portion of a background that you like, you can save it, you know? Save those bits and it doesn't change this. So now I can even use some of this as part of this collage, or I can save it for a different one. So I just wanted to share with you guys that little hack. So I cut out a few of the elements from this section, and I want to see if I can make this top bit just using that so that I don't have to cut this up. If I do have to cut this up, that's fine. I'm just trying to use as much of my paper as I can. So if we have it like that, and then we just start sticking these, I don't know, I guess some pieces will have to come out onto the face. to really sell it. I do have a few longer pieces. I do feel like there is enough here to work with, but it's more so a matter of getting it to look cool. Could have that going up or going down. I thought of putting this like on the eye, but I don't like it. So, and then I thought of also making it like an ear, but I don't like it either. Now, do I like it like that, or something I hadn't thought about after I cut all these little pieces out is what if we just like cut it so that it is just the face and then whatever's on the side. Cut it there. Is that saying anything? Then does it make more sense to do this one? If we're just gonna... Oh, I kind of like that. If we just cut it this way? Oh, guys, I kind of like that. Okay. Oh boy, this is the nature of collage though. Sometimes you go through all this work of painstakingly cutting these finicky things out and then you don't use them. But I will keep them for if I ever need to use them again. But I think I do like this. To just, I think I like up here and then just snip it that way and it'll be more of a landscape type. Okay, I like that. Let's do that. Wow. I wasted so much time. I guess it's not wasted, right? Because I can potentially use it. This is how I use that glue book I was telling you about. Just to get all the way to the edges of your piece of paper. You don't have to worry about getting your desk all full of glue or anything. Oh, I think I glued more than I needed to. Apparently I'm rusty. It has been a minute since we've done a collage together. So what if we go here? And then I have this little tool that I actually got in a puzzle glue set. And I prefer to mount my collages on cardstock. So we're going to do that. Generally, it's best to let it dry before you trim it because the glue can sometimes rip, but I'm feeling super impatient, so this might be a really bad idea. Whew. And we're gonna try again. Okay, well, I'm actually really pleased to have this piece finally finished, and I really like how it came out. Where did this come from? Oh, this is from, I see that line. That line is from this piece of paper because that's where that ends. Huh, that's too bad. But anyway, I really like how this piece turned out. It's really cool and unique, and I like it. I like it. What do you guys think? And let's see, for a third piece, I think I want to go ahead with this. So, yeah, I guess all we have to do really, this one's a little bit more simple. I mean, we will have to find a proper background, but it's a little bit more simple in that I already know what I want, and it's not going to be too difficult to make happen. So let me just get some things trimmed up and then we'll look for a background together. Okay, I've got our little doggy here in the hat and in the outfit, and I have to say I'm loving it. So we have to find a background. And the first one I wanted to try was this one because it's Bones and he's a dog and it's funny. But do I love it? I'm feeling like I don't love it. Maybe because it's human bones? Maybe that's why I don't love it. Let's see what else we can find. This is my huge folder of random backgrounds that I've collected over the years. So why don't we go ahead and see if there is going to be some. I did really like this color of background that the hat and the clothing were cut out of, and I did like how simple it was. So if I could find something that almost mimicked that, that would be cool. That one's kind of a nice tone of color. Is it too simple, or does it not work? This pop out in where these trees are. What about a green background? Green and red are complementary colors. So how do we feel like that would work? I'd have to use both pages. I'm not sure how well they would merge together. I do kind of like that one. It's a bit more stargazy. We'll put a pin in this one. I was remembering this black and white one from the stash we looked at earlier. What about a black and white? Kind of wish it could work that he was looking at the moon, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is going to be one of those where nothing feels 100% right, but you just have to pick something. What about stripes? Could we go ham on the stripes? Could that be an intentional look? An intentional quirky look? No. Not sure what I will think about this, but worth a try. Don't hate it, don't love it. That feels like such a bland background. It's pretty, but What about this glitter background? Because he is kind of like dressed up like he's gonna perform. And this is a little bit of a stage. And it could be like his headshot, you know? His professional headshot. I don't know, I actually don't hate that one, guys. I kind of like the more performance aspect of it, like maybe he is gonna perform and do something. So let's talk about the collages we made today. This one is probably my least favorite one. It didn't fully grasp my vision, I guess. I think maybe in the future, if I feel like it, I could change this bear into like a photo of a bear instead of a painting of a bear. That might match the fish a little bit better. I like the concept of like making the human into a bear and then having like taxidermy fish because he's a bear and he loves fish. So I kind of like the idea of this one. I just don't know about the execution. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. This is the next one, and I really, really love this one. I'm very, very happy. This is kind of why I want to do more of these videos, because I've had this character for so long, and I haven't figured out what to do with him, and I think this is actually quite beautiful. I don't know what the message is, but I just think it's really nice to look at. So I'm really, really happy with this one, actually. So this in itself is a success. And then this one, our little circus puppy. I don't know if he's a circus puppy. He's a performing puppy. I don't really know. But I really like the color combination. I like the simplicity of it. I like that you could infer a story here. And it could be different depending on how you interpret it. I like all of those things. So I guess I really do like this one. This one would be my favorite of the video, and this one my least favorite of the video. So 1, 2, 3. That's how I would rate these. Let me know what you guys thought about these. Yeah. Which one did you like the most? And was there any combinations that you saw throughout the video that you would have done over what I did end up choosing? I'd be curious and would love to hear that as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching and being here for another collage video. I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!